What's happening? Coronavirus panic spreads across Europe. On February 24, 50 cases of coronavirus infection were registered in northern Italy. Officials have restricted movement in settlements. Schools and universities have been closed. Meanwhile, 77,000 people have already become infected with coronavirus in China. 2,600 of them have died. In other countries, about 1,200 cases of infection and 20 deaths have been recorded. In Russia at that time, only 3 infected with coronavirus were detected. On March 17, panic continues in the world. People buy everything they need, including toilet paper. In our city, everything is quiet, although jokes about coronavirus indicate a low level of concern in society. The next day, for the first time, I met 2 people in masks. And for the first time, some employers began to measure the body temperature of employees. In stores, there are no interruptions with food and goods. In Europe, for some reason, everyone is buying toilet paper, and it's hard to find. In our stores, toilet paper is available. March 18. In Russia, 147 cases of coronavirus, no deaths. The first death from coronavirus will be registered on March 19, which is surprisingly very small for Russia. If you look at the distribution map of coronavirus, it's obvious that the real number of cases in Russia should be more significant. Moreover, numerous Russian media point to an increase in the number of people with influenza and SARS. Obviously, some of these cases are actually coronavirus. It's happening because at present in Russia there is only one laboratory that identifies people who have become infected with coronavirus. Even if you take the simple flu, then according to official statistics, in Russia 600 people die from influenza every year. For comparison, in the United States, 34,000 people die from the flu each year. In absolute terms, flu kills more people than coronavirus. If you look at these graphs, you can see that the fears about the coronavirus are very exaggerated. 100 years ago we had a terrible pandemic, the Spanish flu, which caused the death of 50 million people. Just think, almost every 4th inhabitant of the planet died from the Spanish flu. This Spanish flu killed more people in the first 25 weeks than HIV has killed in 25 years. In 2010 there was a pandemic of the H1N1 flu, which led to the infection of hundreds of thousands of people. But there was no such panic. We currently live in an information society, and everyone has a phone with a camera. Any news spreads instantly. Hundreds of apocalyptic photos and videos appear on the internet. Numerous media and bloggers amplify this wave of fear. If this epidemic occurred in China about 20 years ago, then most likely no one would know anything about it. Currently, more than 7.5 billion people live in the world. More than half of them live in cities, and it's evident that in the future we will face more severe pandemics.